Hello everyone. I have created this channel so that we can talk about philosophy. But there are millions of channels on philosophy. So what is unique about this channel? See, people confuse reading a lot of philosophy with actually being a philosopher. You might know a lot of philosophers, but if you do not understand and translate that philosophy into life lesson, if you cannot verify it and experience it in your own way and verify it whether it is right or wrong, then you will not be able to distinguish between two philosophers. You might become a fan of one philosopher, you might hate another philosopher, but the ultimate truth will always remain one. You cannot have infinite multiple truths. Lies can take various forms, you know, but ultimate truth can only take one form, it can only have one interpretation. But what do you mean by ultimate truth? The ultimate truth is related to the old saying which is famous in the Western world, which is know thyself, know yourself. So, if you know yourself, then you have understood life. But the Western world, the Western capitalistic world, has convinced you that knowing yourself is a done deal. You don't need to think about it. But true philosophy says that there is only one answer to this question: who am I? And if you know that answer, who am I? If you know this answer to the question, who am I? Then you know life. Otherwise, you don't know life. I think Bhagavad Gita is a great place to start if you want to know who you are. So, we are going to start today's video with some shloks from the Bhagavad Gita, some verses from the Bhagavad Gita. Now, Bhagavad Gita, as most people know, is a discourse between Krishna and Arjun. Now, who is Krishna? Who is Arjun? In simple words, Krishna is an enlightened person. He's enlightened. He knows who he is. He understands the ultimate truth. And Arjun is an ignorant person. And Bhagavad Gita is set in the middle of a battlefield, the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So there are two sides fighting each other. On one side is the Kaurav, and on the other side is the Pandavas. Arjun is fighting from the side of Pandavas, and in front of them stands Kaurav. Krishna is fighting with Pandavas, and in the middle of the battlefield, Arjun starts to hesitate. He starts to doubt whether he should fight his own cousins or not, because Kauravas and Pandavas are from the same lineage. They are cousins. They have the same teachers. They were brought up together. They shared childhood, but circumstances have necessitated that they fight. Arjun is hesitating to fight, and in order that his hesitation go away and there must be clarity in his action, Krishna says the Bhagavad Gita. There are 18 chapters in this epic Bhagavad Gita, but Arjun's question is in the first chapter. And Arjun, the way he portrays his question, shows you that how ignorant Arjun is. People generally don't pay much attention to first chapter because it is just a question that Arjun asks Krishna, that what is the meaning of life? What is right action? How can I fight my own people? And then in order to give him clarity, Krishna has to say the next 17 chapters to make him understand how wrong he is. So in the first chapter, we'll start with verse 29, where Arjun starts asking his question to Krishna. Arjun says to Krishna in verse 29, Krishna, at the sight of this kinsman arrayed for battle, my limbs give way, and my mouth is parching. Nay, a shiver runs through my body, and hair stand upright. Then he says in verse 30, my bow, Gandiva, slips from my hand, and my skin too burns all over. My brain is whirling, as it were, and I can stand no longer. And Keshav, I see such omens of evil, nor do I see any good in killing my kinsmen in battle. Now, if we look at this question carefully, we will understand the predicament of the modern man, the man of the modern world. In verse 29, Arjun says, Krishna, at the sight of this kinsman arrayed for battle, my limbs give way. It's not the first time that Arjun is fighting a battle. He is a seasoned warrior. He has fought in countless wars and he has won all the battles in his life. What's unique about this battle? Arjun is saying that my own people, my own kinsmen are standing in front of me. How can I fight them? I'm shivering. A shiver runs through my body and hair stand upright. He's hesitating. Now, why is he hesitating? Is it that he has not fought in his life? He has. He has fought so many battles. But just because his own people are standing in front of him, he is hesitating to commit karma, to commit action. Now, why is it important that he must fight these people? In order to understand this, we must go a little back. We must go a little back in the story and tell you about our viewers about Draupadi's Shirharan. Now, what happened during Draupadi's Shirharan? Who is Draupadi? So, Draupadi was the wife of all the five Pandavas. She was in a polygamous relationship. She married all the five brothers of Pandav. And while gambling, there was a gambling game between Kaurav and Pandavas, and in that game, the eldest brother of Pandav family lost everything, and he also lost Draupadi, who was his wife. So, as a form of retribution, the Kauravas wanted to humiliate Draupadi in front of the entire assembly. They were the kings, obviously. So the eldest among them, Duryodhan, commanded his brother Dushasan to forcefully bring Draupadi into the assembly and disrobe her. Okay? So Draupadi was forcefully dragged in the assembly and she was disrobed. Here, Kauravas committed a great disgrace. They committed a great sin. They looked at Draupadi only as a body. They thought that if they disrobe the body, they will humiliate Draupadi. But this is exactly how ignorance works. Draupadi was not the body. Draupadi knew who she was. But Kauravas unfortunately did not know who they were. They did not know the answer to this question, who am I? But Draupadi knew the answer. Draupadi knew that I am not the body. The answer to the question, who am I, is I am not the body. I am not a name. How can you be a name? The name was given to you after you were born. You did not come into this world with a name. After you were born, some third person gave you a name. That name is not you. Draupadi knew this. Draupadi knew that I am not a name. I am not a body. Then who am I? Draupadi knew that she was the witness. Now, who is this witness? You are the witness. The one who is watching this video is the witness. The one who is looking right now is the witness. I can tell you a very simple experiment to illustrate how you can experience yourself and understand that you are not the body. If you close the eyes of the body, your eyes do not close. You still look at darkness. You can verify this right now. Even if you close the eyes of the body, there is still something which is able to look at the darkness. That looking, that which is looking is you, and that which is looking is not the body. It is independent of the body, it is within the body, and it is behind the senses of the body. This is the answer to the question, who am I? The person who knows that they are not the body, they are the seer, they are the one who is seeing, also knows that the seer cannot be seen. Right now, in this video itself, you can see my body, but you cannot see me. You cannot see me and you cannot touch me. You can touch my body, you can see my body, but you cannot see me and you cannot touch me. The person who knows this becomes fearless, and the person who knows this becomes invulnerable to shame. You cannot shame such a person. Because Draupadi knew that you can only disrobe the clothes of the body, because I can only put clothes on my body. I cannot put clothes on my true self, which is sitting behind the senses, which is seeing, which is hearing. You cannot disrobe my true self. You can only disrobe the body. So when Draupadi was disrobed in that assembly, it was not Draupadi who was disrobed. It was all the people in that assembly who stood silent at that crime. When Kauravas looked at Draupadi as only just a body. This is ignorance. When you look at the world as only a body, then you are ignorant. Because when you see yourself as a body, you see others as a body as well. So you think that the tree and you are separate. The tree has a separate body and you have a separate body. The river has a separate body and you have a separate body. The pig, the cow, the chicken has a separate body and you have a separate body. Since you are separate from the world around you, you can exploit the world. You can cut the tree for your exploitation. You can pollute the river for your benefit. You can kill the cow, you can kill the chicken, you can kill the fish for your consumption. This is ignorance, and this is what creates suffering in the world. It creates suffering for others, that is quite evident, but it creates suffering for the person itself, because we all want peace in this world. People think that we want money, people think that we want relationships, people think that we want consumption in order to be happy, but that is an ignorant view of life. What we want by making money is peace. What we want by consumption is peace. What we want from all of our relationships in our entire life is peace. At the end of every journey, we want peace. Even if you have money, but if you don't have peace, the money loses all its purpose and meaning. If you are in a relationship, but that relationship does not give you peace, that relationship becomes a curse. This is very subtle, but that is the truth. True philosophy knows that the ultimate purpose of life is to attain peace. And only that person can attain peace who knows oneself, who knows and experiences in the present moment that they are not the body. They are the one who is always seeing. If you open the eyes of the body, you see the outside world. If you close the eyes of the body, you see darkness. But this quality of yours that constantly sees, that is you. Of course, since you are behind the senses, you cannot be seen and you cannot be touched. Even if you look at yourself in a mirror, you can only see the body in the mirror. You cannot see the witness in the mirror. In the first shloka, shloka 29, which we are reading from the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna has forgotten this act of sin that the Kauravas committed. He has forgotten that the Kauravas committed the ultimate sin of looking at a person and saying that that person is only a body. And that was the ultimate adharma, the ultimate ignorant act, which was culminated in the disrobing of Draupadi. Right now, in this question, what Arjuna is saying is, my own people are standing in front of me. Even though they have committed a crime, even though they have committed the highest form of ignorance, I am shivering. That means Arjun is saying that I am not ready to fight such people, even though they have committed ignorance, even though they have created suffering for everybody. But just because I think that I should not attack my people, that's why I will not fight. That's why I'm shivering. Here, Arjun is also showing us his conditioning. Now, what is conditioning? When you are born into this world, the moment you are born, if you are a boy, you will be given blue clothes. And if you are a girl, you will be given pink clothes. See, the world has differentiated you based on your body. If you are a girl, if you have the reproductive organs of a woman, you will be treated differently. And if you have the reproductive organs of a man, you will be treated differently. The society itself, from the moment you are born, starts treating you differently based on whether you are a boy or a girl. This itself is called conditioning. If a woman does not get married and does not have children, she thinks that she is unfulfilled. This is not her own original thinking. This has been passed down from society. That a woman's worth is only in her offspring. That a woman's worth is only in her children. That the woman is only her body. That's why the Western world, the woman is concerned with the body. She is concerned with the shape of the body, with what she puts on the body. The entire identity of woman is created around body. But is a woman her body, or is a woman her consciousness? This is a question that we must ask. If a feminist says that I will not wear any clothes, there is no problem in that. It's absolutely okay. But if she is still thinking about the body, then she is not a feminist. Once you understand that you cannot wear any clothes, the clothes are only part of the body. You can only put on clothes on the body. You cannot put any clothes on your true self. If you are understanding this, and from that understanding you are saying that I will not wear any clothes, because there is no way that I can wear any clothes. I can only put on clothes on the body. The one who is seeing cannot wear any clothes. Nothing reaches that thing. When I wake up in the morning and I take a bath, the water flows away from my body. I pour water on myself. It falls on my head, then it falls on my shoulders, and then it flows away from the body. But nowhere does it touch me. When I eat food, it never reaches me. I eat food, I chew the food, I digest it, it goes in the stomach of the body, and it is absorbed by the body. But the one who is talking to you in this video, the one who is watching this video, food never reaches that thing. In the same way, clothes never reach that thing. So if a feminist stops wearing clothes by this awareness that she is not the body, that her body is not her identity, then she is a true feminist. But how many women truly do this? Even when they wear clothes, they are thinking about the body. Even when they don't wear clothes, they are thinking about the body, that I am free to show my body. Nowhere in Western society do we see that a woman says that I am not the body, so my body is not my identity. These clothes that I put on my body is not my identity. This is true philosophy. And today's channels, philosophy channels, do not cover this. They do not talk about true philosophy. They only talk about talking about different philosophers. When Arjun says that he is hesitating to fight in battle, he's saying that he is willing to stand with ignorance. He's willing to stand with crime. He's willing to stand with sin because his own people are committing that sin. Do we not do the same thing in our life? If our own brothers and sisters are committing something bad, we decide to turn a blind eye. Do we not? If our own people, if our own families are committing a crime, we will not say anything. Arjun is doing the same thing here. Although he is ignorant, he does not understand this. But Krishna, while he is hearing this question, he understands this very well. In the next verse, Arjun says, the bow Gandiva, Gandiva is the bow that Arjun possesses, it's the name of the bow, slips from my hand, and my skin too burns all over. My brain is whirling, as it were, and I can stand no longer. More hesitation on the part of Arjun. Also notice, hesitation comes in the form of thought. It's very important that we discuss this. All thought creates separation from the reality. Now, what is reality? Reality is the present moment. Very important to understand. The present is the only reality. The present moment is the only reality. Thoughts are never about the present. Thoughts are always about the past or the future. Observe this. Whenever you think, it is always about the past, such as what pleasant days there were. Did you remember what we did last summer? Did you remember how was that time in the past? It was so good. It was so bad. See, it's about the past. Or it is about the future. I must accumulate wealth. It is a thought about the future. Oh my god, this activity is too boring. Let's do something else. Again, this is a thought. It is separating me from my reality. If I'm playing guitar and I'm truly playing guitar, then there will be no thought while playing the guitar. But as soon as there is a thought while playing the guitar, I am not actually playing the guitar. If I am painting and I'm thinking about something, I'm not really painting. If I'm reading and I'm thinking about something while reading, I'm not really reading. Thought separates you from the present moment. And here Arjun is doing the same thing. He's not in the present. He's not understanding that the people standing in front of him have committed a dharma, have committed the greatest irreligious act. And he started to think. And as soon as he's starting to think, hesitation comes into play. If you do not think, there is no hesitation. Because in order to hesitate, you must think. Similarly, there are other thoughts as well. I must do this. I must do that. What about the future? All of these are thoughts about the future. And these thoughts separate you from the present moment. That's why the enlightened person is in a state of no mind. Mind is equal to thought. And when you reach enlightenment, when you understand that the present moment is the only reality, and to truly live a life, you must be in the present moment, you reach the state of no mind. There is a beautiful story of a Sufi saint who was lying on his deathbed. He was 80 or 90 years old. And as soon as just as he was about to die, he rose up from his deathbed and screamed at the top of his lungs, "Oh my God, I was alive." And as soon as he said that, he died. Even in that last moment, he understood that all his life he was in the present moment. But because of his indulgence in thought, he never lived. This is what true philosophy says as hell. When a person says that you are in hell, it means that you are in thought. When you are constantly in thought, you are not in the present moment. And as in order to attain peace, you have to be in the present moment. So a person who is constantly in thought is in hell. And the person who has reached the state of no mind, he is in heaven. I'm not saying that there is no thought for such a person. He thinks, there is no problem in thinking. But as soon as he starts performing an action, thought stops. This is extremely important. Arjun is exemplifying the power of thought in creating an impediment to action. Right now, he must act, but he's not acting because he's thinking, he's hesitating. And finally, he says in verse 31, and Keshava, I see such omens of evil, nor do I see any good in killing my kinsman in battle. Another ignorant thing Arjun has said here. You cannot kill anyone. You can only kill the body. You can only kill me. If you say that, you are wrong. Right now, in this very moment, you can strike my body, you can cut my body, but you cannot cut me. You cannot kill that which is seeing. If you take a sword and cut my throat and sever my head from my body right now, two things will happen. You will see that my body is that my head is falling, but you must understand that I will also see that my head is falling. Your true self cannot die. So when Arjun says that he sees no good in killing the people in front of him, he's actually committing an ignorant act. He doesn't understand that you cannot kill anyone. It is impossible to kill anything. You can only kill the body. You cannot kill that which is keeping the body alive. You cannot kill your true self. You cannot kill that which is seeing right now in this very moment. You cannot kill that which cannot stop seeing. Additionally, Arjun says that he sees only evil will come out of this killing. He's actually saying the exact opposite. When you destroy those people, when you destroy the bodies of those people who are committing ignorant acts, you rid the world of suffering. You actually do good. You are not committing evil. If a person goes and kills 1,000 people, and then you kill that person, you kill the body of that person, you are not committing an evil act. You are committing a good act. But Arjun says that this is evil because my own people are standing in front of me. My own family members are sitting in front of me. So if my family members commit adharma, if they commit sin, I will not fight them. If I kill them, it is evil. But if a person who is not my family does the same bad act, then I can kill him. How can that work? Truth is true, same for everyone. It cannot be separate for your father and separate for someone else who's not your father. For both of these individuals, the truth remains the same, that they are not the body. And in any case, none of the people that you associate with your family have ever seen you or touched you. They have only seen your body and they have only touched your body. And in the same way, you have never seen them and you have never touched them. You can only see their bodies and you can only touch their bodies. But the same seer resides in all of us. The same seer who is talking to you right now through this video is the same seer who is listening to this video. This is what is called the elimination of ego. Ego separates the world into two: I and you. This is my body, this is your body. This is my body, this is not your body. This is ignorance. Ego separates the world. Ego creates differentiation. But if you understand your true self, if you know yourself, you see yourself in every living thing in the world. You see yourself in the tree. You see yourself in the pig. You see yourself in the cow. You see yourself in the chicken. You see yourself in the fish. You see yourself in every person, whether it is your family or not. And then your only criteria is dharma. Dharma. Dharma is not religion. I must clarify this. When people say religion, they are talking about Abrahamic religions. Abrahamic religions, which are Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. These are religions, they are not dharma. Because, as I said, there can be only one ultimate truth. Only one metaphysical truth can be true, which is verifiable. You cannot have multiple truths and say that all are truths. That is not possible. There is only one truth. The problem with religions, especially in Western world, is that all the religions, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, tell you what to do and what not to do. They are prescriptive. They tell you that you should do this, you should not do this. True religion, which is called Dharma, does not do this. It does not tell you what to do and what not to do. It only tells you who you are. Simple. The assumption is a person who knows oneself is incapable of committing a sin. He cannot commit a sin. You do not have to tell that person what to do and what not to do. Once a person knows himself, he has acquired the right view, which is called drishti. It is called drishti in Sanskrit. It means the way you look. Once a person knows oneself, the way that person looks at the world fundamentally changes. Only an ignorant person who thinks that they are the body can look at the world in a distorted view. In other words, if you do not know yourself, all your actions become distorted. No matter what action you perform, no matter what action you perform, whether you are studying, whether you are helping others, whether you are working for your profession, no matter what action you perform in life, whether you are raising a child, whether you are marrying, it doesn't matter what action you perform. If you do not know yourself, all your actions will become distorted. It's like there is a curse on you. To get rid of this curse, you have to know yourself. And in order to know yourself, you have to come in the present moment. You have to close your eyes and see that you are still looking at the darkness. You cannot stop seeing. This is your fundamental quality. And because Arjun does not know this, he is thinking the exact opposite. He should know that when he will eliminate those people who are ignorant, when he will eliminate adharma, when he will eliminate ignorance, he will bring knowledge into this world. He will bring the right view into this world. He will be able to propagate the right knowledge to everyone. There are two kinds of knowledge. One is vocational knowledge, which helps you earn a livelihood. And then there is knowledge about what is life, which is metaphysics. This is metaphysics. And Arjun is ignorant of this fundamental truth. Who am I? Because Arjun thinks that he is the body, he thinks that the bodily relations of his family members is the truth. And the action that they performed, which was looking at Draupadi as just a body, which was the ultimate sin, he will ignore that. He's willing to turn a blind eye towards that. So in short, Arjun is also committing adharma, because when you do not stop ignorance, you are abetting it. You are complicit in that crime. It's the same like Nazi Germany. The people who were stood silent when the Jews were killed, they were also complicit in the crime. In the same way, Arjun is also committing a crime if he does not fight those who committed adharma, who committed irreligious act. So when we say religion in the Western world, we talk about Abrahamic religions. But when I talk about dharma, I'm talking about who am I? The Western religions, the Abrahamic religions tell you what to do and what not to do. But the Sanatan Dharma does not tell you what to do and what not to do. It only tells you who you are. And once you know yourself, you will only perform right actions. You are incapable of performing any wrong actions. The first chapter is beautiful because in the question of Arjun lies his ignorance. And if we read the chapter carefully, we will be able to understand the entire Gita in the first chapter itself. We do not need to read all the 17 subsequent chapters. But we will read all those chapters as well. But that is enough for today, I feel. Thank you so much for listening.